For decades, this crime was buried, and the truth will shock you to your core. What you're about to hear was hidden from the world, until now. And what we uncovered next changes everything. It started with a disappearance that no one could explain. A man vanished one stormy night, leaving a quiet town gripped with fear and questions no one dared speak aloud. Neighbors whispered about strange noises, shadows moving in the darkness, but the authorities dismissed it, until years later, a single forgotten piece of evidence re-emerged. The first clue came from a dusty box found in an abandoned warehouse at the edge of town. Inside were documents, photographs, and letters no one had seen before. They painted a picture far darker than anyone could imagine. A diary, penned in meticulous handwriting, revealed secrets about the town's most respected figures, secrets that would turn everything upside down. Who could have imagined the truth hiding in plain sight? According to the diary, the missing man had uncovered something dangerous, something that powerful people wanted buried forever. Every page hinted at corruption, hidden alliances, and acts so twisted they would haunt anyone who read them. And yet, the diary was only the beginning. Witnesses began to speak, cautiously at first, then with growing fear. They told stories of late-night meetings, unmarked cars, and voices warning them to remain silent. No one could explain what happened next. Then came the twist that shocked even the most seasoned investigators. The people who promised protection were the very ones responsible. Friends turned enemies. Authorities became silent observers. And the town's history, long considered ordinary, revealed a network of secrets that had been systematically erased. But that's not even the worst part. A photograph surfaced showing the missing man in a location no one thought existed, a place that should have been impossible to reach. Was it a clue, a warning, or a trap? And why had no one noticed it before? Every discovery seemed to pull the story deeper into darkness. Every answer only raised more questions. What we found next will leave you speechless. Hidden messages in letters, strange patterns in old financial records, and eyewitness accounts that contradicted everything the official reports claimed, all pointed to a truth that was deliberately concealed. The diary hinted at a final confrontation, a night that changed everything, but the details were obscured, lost, or destroyed. And yet, fragments remained, teasing the investigators, daring them to uncover the full story. Everything you thought you knew about this case is about to change, because even as new pieces emerged, the shadow of the perpetrators grew stronger. Who knew the full story? And why was it hidden? The answers lay not in one place, but scattered, encoded in mundane objects, overlooked for decades. Every moment of discovery carried a weight, a tension, an almost unbearable anticipation. If you want to see what they tried to hide next, stay tuned, because the next revelation will change everything. The man who vanished was only the beginning. The forces that orchestrated his disappearance reached far beyond the town, into corridors of power and influence that no one dared confront. And the truth behind it is far more shocking than anyone realized. The investigation deepened, and what emerged was more twisted than anyone could have imagined. Each new lead revealed layers of deception, carefully constructed to mislead, intimidate, and erase the truth. Witnesses who once whispered now came forward with trembling voices, revealing connections that tied the missing man to people everyone in town trusted, people whose hands were far from clean. Hidden surveillance footage surfaced from a forgotten storefront, grainy but unmistakable. It showed the missing man speaking to someone in the shadows, a figure who vanished without a trace as soon as the camera turned. Who was he meeting, and why did no one follow up at the time? Every frame of that footage carried questions no one dared answer, until now. Then came the discovery that stunned everyone. A series of coded letters, buried in an old safe in the town hall basement. At first glance, they appeared like routine correspondence, but a closer look revealed a chilling pattern. A map of the town with locations circled in red, dates scribbled in the margins, and names that matched the most influential families. Every mark hinted at a conspiracy, carefully plotted over years. And the people behind it weren't just local, they had reach, influence, and a willingness to silence anyone who got too close. The diary, the footage, the coded letters, they all converged on a single horrifying possibility. The missing man had stumbled onto something so powerful, so forbidden, that those who controlled the town would stop at nothing to bury it. And in a shocking revelation, it became clear, the disappearance was not random. It was deliberate, orchestrated to send a message. But to whom? And what exactly were they trying to hide? The town itself seemed complicit. Old surveillance cameras had been tampered with, records erased, and even those sworn to protect the truth seemed to vanish when questions were asked. Every answer only deepened the mystery. The man who vanished, was he a victim, a whistleblower, or something far more significant than anyone realized? And why did the trail go cold for so many years? What investigators found next defied belief. Hidden beneath the foundations of an abandoned building were items that should never have existed. Objects linking the town's elite to crimes that stretched decades back. Personal effects of the missing man, documents exposing illicit deals, and evidence of manipulation that reached into the lives of ordinary citizens. The scope was staggering. Everything you thought you knew about this town, about the people you trusted, was about to shatter. And just when it seemed the story couldn't get darker, a final revelation surfaced, one that no one saw coming. The missing man had left a trail not just to uncover the truth, but to expose it to the world. A hidden recording, stored on an encrypted device, surfaced, containing names, dates, and confessions that linked powerful figures to crimes thought impossible. And as investigators played it, the room went silent, because what was being revealed was far beyond anything imagined. The truth has been buried for decades, but now it's finally coming to light. And the next revelation will change everything you thought you knew, because the full story isn't over. The people responsible may have tried to erase history, but nothing stays hidden forever. Check the next episode to uncover the most shocking conclusions, and remember, support me in the description, and subscribing keeps you on the front line of every hidden story. The shadows are lifting, and what you're about to see will stay with you long after the screen goes dark.